so we're back for another segment.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia.
We are safely in Talmberg after the ride of our life. And what we're going to be trying to do is rest up a bit, heal up a little bit, and I am sure we'll be going off on some adventure. And we'll see what we want to do. I'm sure Henry's going to want to get back to Skalitz to take care of his mother and father. So we'll see what happens and if they can help us. Alright, so
Sir Divish has suffered his own share of woe.
for some reason we lost our reputation.
Milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear. Aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you.
Aaron's kind of adult, he's not used
God
to
reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in
He's
capable
not fit
hands,
around
so
it, and
I'll leave you to
he
it.
just doesn't have
Good night.
perception.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Alright, let's see what goes on here. Definitely need something to eat.
Must eat.
You're that lad from Skalitz.
They're gonna be mad because I'm not talking to them.
It seemed like any other day. And then I saw thick smoke rising above the hamlet of Rovna. Soon, Sigismund's army were finished there and came for us. The order to attack must have come even before the alarm bell rang. I ran to the castle for shelter with the others. Behind me I could hear the shouts of the attackers and the screams of the wounded. Then I turned and saw father trying to save mother. They were both killed. The gate was closed by then.
Okay.
The men on the battlements were calling to me to run and warn you here. And with God's help I made it.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz. I have a key there.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
He didn't take his boots off. And
Yes?
at my door. And
It
here
is
she
I, Henry.
is.
Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
A sneaky
My
little-
lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could
Well,
have sent a
he's probably
servant.
right there.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it,
And other things.
if you feel like it.
Alright, we're gonna get some choices to tell her what happened.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack,
How awful.
and then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother.
New level.
She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the
These
ills
cutscenes
of this
are very
world.
long,
That is the work
but
of Satan and those who do
they
his
tell a good
bidding.
part of the story. They
Those
give
who
you
are
some insight into the
corrupted
people
by
who are in
greed,
this story.
envy, and pride.
And you're learning a lot about
You
this
must not
woman.
lose faith,
And
whatever life
Harry's
brings.
personality is coming out too. He's not a bad person. He's a little bit
Fate
inexperienced and
Not been merciful to me,
impetuous.
and my husband
Teenager.
either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went
Rather
through,
lonely. Understandably so.
I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Probislovitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Boots on the bed. Well, he has an ally, because who knows what's going to happen now Start.
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go
He
back!
doesn't have any money, so he's going to have to be really careful here.
Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
So let's see what he can get here.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my commands, and all will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over you.
So let's see. Who's
Oh!
there?
Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his
It's
minions.
Radzig.
Who else, Robber?
Sir Ansig. What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Rattay. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet!
Yeah, you see, he
I'm
really,
sorry about your
really
father.
doesn't understand the way it
Getting
works.
killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
So he's going
Not to worry,
all
friend.
sorts of headaches.
Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rattay now.
So they're heading to Rattay or Rattay. And this Henry looks a little determined.
Men!
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
No, it's been
I'd
cheeky.
rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid! And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
So, I want to give this guy's look around. Let's see what's what. Town down here. Let's just see if there's. It's pretty close to there. So, there's something stash. This one. Somewhere inside there.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
This guy's gonna stuff out. It's light.
Everyone to the Bailey battlement. Quickly, we have visitors.
Let's go! Move it! Quick! Go! Go! Let's go! Let's go! Move it!
Skalitz.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Radzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Radzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah, they don't want to attack. They can't hold out against it. Skalitz is a strong castle, and this one is not very strong. It's a keep.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Alright, so Henry's gonna have a new task. He's gonna have to figure out a way to get some way out of this castle thing. He's not gonna get help. There's that dirty, rotten so-and-so. Okay.
Damn.
There's the combat arena. There he is.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Can we trade?
If you've got the coin. God be with you.
Look out.
That's what them foreign soldiers do, and worse.
Good health to you.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad.
Okay,
Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
The silver, the money.
So he could loot it?
Correct. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favoured it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed 2 birds with 1 stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Okay, let's see.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He has to get out of the castle, so he's we got lockpick stuff so we can get something. We can get some camouflage. Someone who can help me is the lady.
God save. Can I help you with anything?
I would like to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle, and your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
My parents are lying in the mud of Skalitz at the mercy of dogs and jackdaws. I can't just leave them there.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls. But how can I help you, Henry? I don't want your death on my conscience.
If I could just get past the guard at the gate somehow.
But you can. If you wear a proper suit of armor, and if he can't see your face, he won't recognize you and he'll let you go.
Good thinking. It's rather embarrassing, but if I'm to pay a bribe, I need money, and unfortunately, I don't have any.
How would you? Don't worry your head about it. This should be enough.
Thank you, my lady. I will repay you, I swear. And where can I get the armor?
At the armory?
Where's that?
In the gate tower. But the soldiers sleep in other places around the castle too, and you might find armor nearby.
Well, they'll certainly ask where I'm going.
You could tell them Sir Robard sent you to Ujitz, to ask the parish priest how the folk there are faring.
That sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Thank you, my lady.
Stealing we
I must go now.
This is where it's gonna get tricky.
Take care.
my lady.
God be with you. I'm sorry. Do I know you?
It's me, my lady. Henry.
I didn't recognize you at all. I still think you should stay here in the safety of the castle, Henry. But I see your heart is drawing you away from here. God go with you.
Well, that worked out well. We figured she'd be a good one to help.
Hey.
Alright, let's get this sorry nag.
My respects to you.
I need to get out of here.
Says who? I've never seen you before in my life. And that's odd, seeing as how you're wearing our colors.
I'm Sir Robar's messenger. He's sending me to Ujits to find out if Sigismund's army has been giving them trouble.
I might believe you if I knew who you were. Who the hell are you?
I'm Yannick of Malashov. I haven't been here long, but if you had your eyes open, you would have noticed me. Now open the fucking gate, or I'll have to go and get Sir Robard, and you wouldn't want that, would you?
Oh, all right, all right. God be with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it looks like we've made it and we're heading back to Skalitz. So our goal
You'll have to wait for me here, friend. Better to keep going on my own.
We're gonna have to try to find maybe some gear, etc. Some money would be nice. Some money.
Looks like they've already gone.
Look at this and see what the stats are. Welcome back to Skalitz. I just want to take a look real fast at this sword. So we can definitely use it. I think that's what we will do. So that's what we have equipped. Let's,
Jesus.
What's that? What's going on there? You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Harkenberg. Hey! Why would anyone do this? What did these poor souls ever do to them?
Well now, what wants to come crawling out? Stop! Yeah. Oh. Ow.
Sorry about that. Okay, moving into the village. After all that meeting I did.
The bailiff. He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
This is it's so easy to miss stuff. I don't see it anywhere. Mace with him or something. decent sword.
You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon him like me. Not you. It wasn't. Just wait a moment. I'll take care of my parents, and then I'll come back for you. Why did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him.
Yeah, that's not what they meant.
But first, I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree.
There it is up there.
At least I can do that much for you.
Find a shovel.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Zbyszek, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that Mutt the butcher's? Mutt. And isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Would you lend me that spade? I have to dig a grave, and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
My father forged it for Sir Radzig. It's my duty to deliver it to him. It's not for sale.
Go right ahead and dig that grave with your sword. See how that goes. And where will you dig it anyway? Here? You're not going to lay your parents in unhallowed ground, are you?
Father said he wanted to be buried here, and I can't take them to St. James's. God willing, later I can find a priest to consecrate the ground. Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the Cumans wanted to... They meant to violate her, and God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now, I've got to take care of myself.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
I see a cunt remains a cunt, no matter what the situation.
Shit!
That's right! Turn tail and run, you bastard! Easy there, boy. You know me. Your good master won't be needing this anymore. This is a good place. You're gonna like it.